What's up, guys? It's Chris. Welcome to VHP Engines. So I almost made a liar out of myself because I said I was going to talk about 4Piston tonight, and then I was like, I'm starting to get lazy, starting to get a little bit tired. I wasn't going to do it. I changed my mind back. Anyway, yeah, doing it. So while I was baking my fucking soul out in the sauna, I'm scrolling through Instagram, and I see something that made me very happy, which is why I'm doing this, why I'm filming tonight. 4-piston cylinder head, 2.4 liter, 12.51 with 93 pump. All the things that I love to hear, right? 4P Pro 156 version 2 cylinder CNC cylinder head with RR3 cams, Skunk 2 alpha header, 335 horsepower, 220 torque. Yeah, so of course that's engine dyno, so you're going to be a little bit of loss of power, but 335, I still say that it's very close, if not 300 horsepower still. So I'm super excited about that. Why? Because I just mentioned the other night that I was going to get, that my K24, and I'm going to get 12.5-to-1 compression pistons, and I was going to run a stock K24 head, K24 A2 head, and, shoot for, or hope for, fucking 250 horsepower. What makes me so excited about this is because I know I could have got a four piston head and made 300 plus without too much problems, but I was figuring the fact I was gonna have to run E85 still or whatnot, and they hit it with pump. And doing a little bit of digging into going to 4Piston's website, pulled up their 156 version 2 CNC head, and thankfully it's not one of the super expensive ones. It's $1250. $1250, that's doable for 300 horsepower. Now see, that's the great thing about boost. Boost, like I want a power level, just throw all kinds of boost at it, so not a problem. But when it comes to NA, you got to do everything you can to milk out every last little bit of horsepower. And so paying $1250 for the head is mad expensive, but I figure that if I do this build and I get the 300 or anywhere close to the 300 I want, this will be the car that I'll probably daily, and the part of the car that I'll keep till it dies. Because I said a long time ago I wanted to do get another Del Sol and do a case swap for the Del Sol. That's going to be it. That's going to be the swap for that. I will probably have the block assembled by the end of the year and see about getting the head next year, just because $1250 is a lot to spend on one part. Yeah, I think in the very near future I'm going to be I'm going to sell some more stuff and then use that money to come in to start assembling things for a case swap. I probably will go ahead and start assembling things for the Del Sol ahead of time, and once I have the whole swap ready to go, then I'll get the Sol shell. Yeah, so it's not too long of a video, not too much to talk about, but it is. I think it's a very big deal and important thing, because we know that 4P makes NA horsepower like crazy, but this is the first time that I'm seeing that I can remember that it stands out to me where they're doing this on pump, 93 pump. So that's, like I said again, super exciting. 300 horsepower NA on pump. That's crazy. We know K24s can make big power. We know the K20s can make big power, but first time I'm seeing it off the regular pump. And pump is where it's at for me. It's life. And when you're talking about like a 50 horsepower difference compared to what the goals were, I think it's worth spending a little bit of extra money. All right, yeah. Anyway, plus I'll have my stock K24 A2 head still, and I can play with that with another build, I guess. Yeah. Also, okay, so because this is a short video anyway, I just throw in a little bit of information here. Yeah, so the high compression B20 pistons came in today, and the bearings came in too. Now, I do have a B20 that's painted and ready to go and clean, and I might just go ahead and use that, just because of the fact that the other B20 that I was originally going to use, that I got the rotating assembly out of, is still filthy, and I have the K20A3 to finish. I still got to put pistons and rods in there, and the other B20 is already ready to go. The only thing I need to do to finish that would be to hone it, which wouldn't take me much time at all. So gonna get ready to finish Edgar's fucking B20, the high compression B20, and the K20A3, and I still have to drop the RSX swap in the shell this weekend. So I need to go out in my back and I need to dig out for that mount. So yeah, that's Yeah, and it seems like a lot, but I think if I do it this way I'm planning, it won't be so bad. Like I'll be able to finish the K23. It shouldn't take me more than a couple hours. I honestly think that yeah, it shouldn't take me more than a couple hours. You know, and that's just being generous, giving myself time to work at my normal snail pace. And then as far as the B20 goes, it also won't take too much time because there's a good chance I won't really have to gap the rings. So yeah, I'm gonna see what happens there. I guess. So yeah, I'm gonna see what happens there over the weekend. So tomorrow I'm going to Tampa. My kids have been asking to see my mother for a long time, and they haven't seen their grandmother in a couple of years because I went up north. I came back and been back for a year. I haven't gone and visited. So I think I'm gonna do that, but I plan on coming back tomorrow night. I'm not gonna stay overnight, so that way Sunday I can wake up and get to work. And so what most likely will happen is Sunday during the afternoon, I'll be putting the K swap in the RSX, and that night I will be doing, at a minimum, finishing the K20 A3 block, and then most likely what I'll do is have the B20 set up, and I will go ahead and bolt the crank in and do the. Oh, I can't do pistons and rods on that anyway because I still got to go to the machine shop to have the pistons pressed on. So, yeah. So most likely what I'll do is I'll finish the K23, have it set aside, and then I will finish the or I will put the crank in to the B20. And this week, when the week starts, I'll have to go to work early one day and pass by the machine shop and drop the pistons and rods to be pressed over. All right, so yeah, that's the itinerary for your weekend. Oh, last thing to add would be to I did talk to somebody. I'm gonna see about having somebody come down next week to look at the Integra. So I'm gonna see about Sunday. My pump is exposed already as it is because all the back seats are out. So I'm gonna swap in my Walbro, see if that does anything by chance. For priming the fuel pump. If it doesn't, then next week I'll be having Shane come down. He's gonna give a crack at trying to see if he can't figure out the no start issue, or the crank no start. So I am officially now taking steps to see about getting the Integra running. If Shane can't figure it out and I can't figure it out, then I'll move on to the next person. But I will get the Integra started so that way I can finish that project. And then yeah, and then I think I'm gonna give. I still have to give Blake $1,000. That's a lot of money, but not really a lot of money. I'm gonna break off a couple hundred, over the next couple weeks. And once I get that paid off, then and the Integra's running. Once the Integra's running, then I can start. I might start piecing together turbo kit for the RSX. Yeah, so I guess it's really going to be a balance of which I'm going to do. I'll probably drop my built planning on turbo K20 and the RSX before I finish the K24. But yeah, anyway, a lot of trips this year planned, and a lot of stuff. Hopefully, I can get some more engines done and sold, so that way I can start making more money for parts. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and peace.